What are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm trying to see what the world would look like if it was represented by 100 people.
Oh, really? What have you found out?
Well, I found that if the world were 100 people, then 87 would have clean water and 13 wouldn't. 77 would have shelter and 23 wouldn't. 86 would be able to read and write and 14 wouldn't. 15 would make less than £1.50 a day. 83 would make between £1.50 and £65 a day. 1 would make more than £65 a day. Out of those 100 people, one person would control 50% of all the money in the world.
Whoa. I never knew that so many people go without the bare essentials. There are so many people in poverty.
This is something we hear all the time in the news and in the media. But what is poverty?
The opposite of poverty.
For years, people have tried to measure poverty like it's a thing. Like it's an object.
But let's just step back a bit. What causes poverty? Put two people in a room and they can share.
Now build a wall between them and they can't. With walls between people, mountains between towns, oceans between nations.
Then all of a sudden, one becomes two. Us and them. The haves and the have-nots. Rich and the poor.
So what causes poverty? Separation.
Of course, giving is essential. We give to bridge the gap.
But separation causes poverty. What we need is
togetherness.
more than giving what we do not need for ourselves. Togetherness is needing what we cannot be by ourselves.
Alone, we too are broken.
Afraid to trust.
Afraid to lose what we have. Just glad that we're the lucky ones.
We soon discover that separation is everywhere. Walls in our own communities.
Mountains in our relationships. Oceans between me and my best intentions.
Between me and God.
Togetherness is more than aid. Togetherness is friendship. Togetherness is vulnerable.
Togetherness costs. Together, we all become more human.
And what causes togetherness? Love. And love knows no walls. Poverty is not being able to have the bare essentials for living.
Not having access to clean water and not having enough food.
Not having warm clothes when the weather is harsh, or maybe even having a place to call home.
Poverty can affect anyone, and it doesn't just affect those in far-off countries.
But there are lots of ways that we can help put an end to our local poverty, to break down the walls that are keeping us apart.
There are some great organisations that can help people in poverty.
One of my favourite things to do to help is donating to my local food bank.
Food banks are amazing places, and they give support to the most vulnerable and in need.
Christians believe that Jesus set the best example of how to help those in need. Jesus embraced the poor, spending his time with them, loving them and showing the world that if he had the time for those in need, so should everyone.
He taught that we need to love our neighbour as we love ourselves.
Jesus loved those that others did not. He helped those that others rejected.
I wonder how we could love our neighbours. Would we give a little of our pocket money? Would we befriend someone who's always alone?
Would we treat everyone with respect? Would we share the food we have?
We can all make a difference in our world. In 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 12, it says,
Do not let anyone treat you as if you were not important. Be an example to show the believers how they should live.
You are important and you can make a difference. You're never too young. You are the future.
And our behaviour really matters.